Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question podcast, the final ever episode of the Footballing Question podcast. Not the final ever.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know, the final episode of the season, the final episode in the studio. How are you guys feeling?
In person as well for a while. We don't know how.
We don't know forever. For all we know, we might all, go our separate ways, and this is the last time we see each other. But
we're going to try our best. But this could be it.
It's a very sad day. It's a very sad day, and
it's a happy day as well.
It's a happy day.
It's a celebration of what we've achieved.
So, in the spirit of a celebration of what we've achieved, the opening question for today's episode is: what is your favourite TFQ moment? Now, I don't know whether you guys want to specifically say from this season or in general.
I think we've got to say in general. Yeah. One thing I think it's a bit harsh if we just go, well, any of the big guest moments, because I think objectively Toby was a big moment. Toby, Quaku, Hunter, Lee.
Tobe Jizzle, if you were wondering.
Tobe Jizzle, very well known YouTuber.
Don't forget Manny and
I wasn't there, but I'd go for my ultimate TFQ moment is the earliest moment I can remember, which was I think episode 4, the England special. Mm-hmm. It was the first episode I think we all enjoyed making, and the specific moment is the argument about Mason Mount, whether or not he's a centre mid. Ironically, I think he's a centre mid now. But
wow! After all these years, after all these years. Actually, was right all along.
Blimey. He's come out recently and said he'd prefer to play as Nate, and I've gone, Joe, what? It's come from the horse's mouth.
We never need to ask him.
But anyway, what I need to say is that in the moment, that argument, I think we all thought it was absolutely hilarious. Like, people would love to listen to this. And it was like the most podcasty moment you could think of. Like, we all thought we were just like, we are so funny. This is amazing content. And only we laughed. But it was so fun. I listened back to that like 3 times that month.
I remember those early weeks. I think me and Isaac specifically just used to go back and forth. And I think it was for that reason that we used to think, this would do well. And
yeah, we've got such a rapport. You know?
I mean, the guest, Tobe Jizzle sprang to mind first. But we went. It's got to be one where we're all together.
I think proper episode.
It has to be one where we're all together. And Hunter coming in was pretty amazing.
He was.
I wasn't.
And he was ill.
God, I'm the one consistent point. No, but no. What I think I quite liked the memory of being in either I think it was my room at uni or your room at uni in our dorms, just like sitting on each other's beds, just with the mics. Just I don't know.
It's mental thinking that's
where it starts.
That's not where it started. It did start with us recording it separately, but as soon as we were all at uni, we were like, okay, how does this work? Whose room? And that was a bit mental.
Never Isaac's.
Never Isaac's.
Yeah, because it was
never.
I heard rumours. Not very tidy man. Not very tidy man.
First year, I think I was actually quite tidy.
So Jordan's room was remarkably clean, I must say. But
there you go. That's why we recorded the Super League video. Yeah. Fun fact.
Yes.
You guys have gone really early. I was just going to say, the referee rant was pretty pretty special.
Well, I'm correcting how to say rant.
The quiz, like just getting angry in the quiz. I think Isaac has a lot of just angry moments.
There was like 2 episodes early on this series where I just decided to absolutely lose it, which was the referee one and obviously Derby days and.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was. I'll be honest. I don't know what was going on because I clearly was going through some stuff at the point.
You were ill that day, remember? Because we went to record football after. No, was that the one?
Was that Derby days?
It could have been. Yeah, I think it was.
Potentially.
I was ill as hell when that happened. I do remember that.
You were emotional
because we played. Yeah, I was a bit. I've done better in the quizzes. I'll be honest. When we started the season, in terms of quizzes last season, I felt like we were pretty mixed. So I went into this season with a bit of pressure. I lost the first one.
Well, I told you, it all comes down to today.
We'll get to a quiz later in the episode, but let's move on. Let's talk football. Let's talk football. That's what it's all about. And we're going to start with our transfer roundup today. We're just as a starting point. Rice to Arsenal has been going on quite a lot. A lot has been happening recently, and I don't know if you want to talk about it now or. You just want to...
Let's go for it, and I think it's only right that Isaac starts.
I am bulldozing this, right? So, Rice to Arsenal, we've all known it's a rumour since January, and as the months have gone by, we've just thought, this just has the feel of a done deal around it. When Arsenal played West Ham, I was like, okay, I'm on Rice watch. Is he going to shake Arteta's hand? What's going on? He ended up swapping shirts with Odegaard. I took that as a sign. you know, as soon as the Conference League final happened, I thought, right, in a week I'll be wearing an Arsenal shirt, no problem. Arsenal lowball the bids a little bit. I think it's because West Ham increased their fee after the European final. Last Thursday, news broke that City were going to bid. We didn't see any news of a bid. Nothing actually ended up happening. On Friday, there was news that Arsenal were going to make a third bid. None of that ended up happening. And then I think Monday night, Man City finally do bid. It's 80 plus 10. It's basically Arsenal's second bid. Gets rejected. And Arsenal on the Wednesday night on Tuesday night, eventually do their third bid. And it is 100 mil plus 5 in add-ons. And it's not been accepted. The news coming out now is that it's not been accepted, but there are negotiations taking place on the payment structure, and they think a deal can be finally made. The one thing I do want to say is that we don't really realise this, is that the news broke 5 days ago, and then it's coming out now. Like, we need to realise there is a real gap. We are always about 5 days behind what's actually happened.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, we shouldn't try, okay, there are always people on Twitter who claim they know what's going on, right? There are always people on Twitter, but like, I've seen a couple of accounts which have got this bang on 4 days ago, and they've just said the news is way behind. We bid, and I saw someone 3 days ago say our bid will absolutely wipe Man City's out of the water, and I think, judging by the fee, I think it has. And you know, we are always about 5 days behind. I think this deal is close to being done. It'll be a monumental signing, and I've never loved a player so much and him not play for my club. And then for him to actually sign for my club makes it better. Plus, he's featuring a captain. So.
Decky Bear, I remember you two calling him that a couple
Money
of years
makes.
ago. Yeah.
Decky Bear and Money makes.
That's a conversation for
That's
a
a
point.
With the Rice thing, I mean, there's a lot to unpack with Declan Rice as well. I mean, as well as with those bids, I think the reason why West Ham have been so kind of, you know, they've rejected the Arsenal's 2 bids, they've rejected Man City's. I mean, with Arsenal, I think it's a little bit of the add-ons were a little bit unrealistic. Was that the case?
They don't like. The thing is, we could put the same add-ons as Man City, and for us they'd be unrealistic. And for them they'd be realistic.
Well,
if we go win Premier League, they go no chance. Man City, they go, well, that's a guaranteed money, you know. But
genuinely,
and that's just how it is.
And I do respect that. So I think when we're bidding for a player like Rice, with like a club like West Ham who know the Premier League well, don't make the add-ons. We're going to win the Premier League.
We need to make them like appearance based.
Like top 4 next season, we'll give you a couple of million. That is a good.
It needs to be qualified for Champions League.
Getting Rice over the line right now is way more important than not overpaying. If we have to overpay,
I don't think I think in the current market, I think he is an amazing footballer.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 years left on his deal, which makes the fee more arguable. If he had 1 year left, I think we're way overpaying. And in the current market, we just have to accept people are just expensive. And if Arsenal are going to overpay on a target this summer, Declan Rice is a target you overpay on. Because if that means we miss out on Lavia, so be it.
Yeah,
which would be a great signing, but
I mean, there's a difference between Arsenal and Man City's interest for Rice as well.
Oh, like, yeah.
Arsenal's midfield is about to go through a massive change-up. Xhaka's on his way out to Bayer Leverkusen. We're wanting to offload Thomas Partey, understandably.
Yeah.
And with Rice, it's kind of like he would slot into that really, really nicely. He's so experienced in the Premier League already. He's experienced with England. That's another homegrown talent in the squad as well. It would just be fantastic. You know, he could step into Arsenal right now, and he won't be, but he could be our captain. He could do it.
I don't think he would be, but the rumour is that apparently we've said you could be at some point our captain.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think, I'll be honest, he steps in, he becomes instantly part of our leadership group. He replaces Xhaka and becomes another vice.
And the space for Declan Rice at Arsenal, and the space for him to grow into the project at City, for me right now. I mean, alongside the rumours that we've heard of, I saw on The Athletic this morning, that Pep Guardiola would actually like, not Rice to replace Rodri, because Rodri's not going anywhere, but to replace Ilkay Gundogan. And Ilkay Gundogan and Declan Rice, like,
it's not like for like. I do think Rice can play in that role.
He could.
And when we were first linked with him, I thought, is he going to replace Xhaka? But I think now there's links of Thomas Partey away, and we've signed Kai Havertz, which is basically done. That got leaked all on Twitter last night, by the way. I've watched his interview already.
Wow.
And Arsenal haven't even released it. Whoever works their social media team is going to get sacked. But basically, I think...
I just think Rice... But I mean, we also know part of the deal that Rice prefers Arsenal apparently himself, but also it's kind of the interest from Man City to me right now just screams a little bit of the like, we need to protect the Premier League, we need to protect us dominating the league. Let's not let Rice go to Arsenal and let's snap him up like we did Calvin Phillips.
I think Arsenal, if we bottled Declan Rice, or sign him either way, it's very symbolic.
Yeah,
because it's like it's winning over Man City. It's getting that hot English talent from a lower club in the Premier League, and there's nothing really like him in the Premier League.
No.
Of the age, of the experience, of the stature, of the leadership qualities that he has. And for Arsenal, he goes in and instantly becomes one of our most important players, one of our most crucial players. And we've been talking to him since January. He knows he has a perfect role in this team lined out for him. We have personally made a gap in this team. Perfect for him. And I think he has to sign for Arsenal. I'll be honest, when the first news of Man City came in, my confidence went from 100 to 0.
Yeah.
And then I left a few days pass by, and now I'm back at like 95% confident because they haven't rejected the bid instantly. The last 2 bids were rejected immediately. This wasn't. And that tells me, I don't think Man City are bidding again, personally, because they're in for Gvardiol, which I'm guessing we'll talk about a bit. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of money. They can't go in 100 mil for 2 people because, well, they've got charges on their head right now. They've got to be a bit careful. So I think they go in for Gvardiol. They've already got Kovacic. They've got to just sign a midfielder. And Kovacic, let us have our fun, you know? Let us sign someone good for once. Come on.
Another point as well, that Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic, they are the same player. Like, Gundogan is better, but I think they have the same kind of.
They have similar qualities. Similar.
They're box-to-box midfielders. They've got great technical ability, and I think that just makes sense. Declan Rice isn't Kovacic. They are different players.
Also, Declan Rice is 6'4".
Exactly. That's my main.
He's a defensive powerhouse.
But for now, let's quickly mention Gvardiol to City. You know, massive deal.
It's a big deal, but I mean, it's been happening for the last couple of years. They see these top talents across Europe and they snap them up. Rodri, Laporte, who else?
I mean, Laporte's probably going to go this summer as well.
Well, yeah, but that he was a big talent.
Still, yeah.
Ruben Dias as well, or Ruben Dish. And so it's just that it screams another one of those. Great, Man City, you're going to have another brilliant centre-back.
It's a lot of money.
He'd become the most expensive defender, isn't it? Higher than Van Dijk, yeah. I think.
So it's big from that
perspective. The thing is, they can afford. The thing is, Man City don't really make that many signings every year. I think this summer they will make more than usual purely because they're getting a lot of more outgoings than usual. Bernardo Silva looks like he's definitely on his way out. Gundogan's already gone. They've replaced him. They're going to sign Gvardiol. I'd be interested to see if they sign anyone else because surely they want to get someone in that squad who replaces Bernardo Silva. Or does that mean Foden gets a bigger role? I don't know. But
Silva isn't gone yet.
I know, but like
it's looking pretty likely.
It looked like he was going to go PSG. Now it looks like he's going to go Saudi Arabia. No one really knows. But with Gvardiol, it's just a case of City are there. They've got the money. They can splash it. And they can afford to do that. And Gvardiol, he was rumoured with Chelsea last year, and there was apparently they were in advanced talks, and then there was no news after that. And now City are getting him, and apparently Gvardiol's literally asked Leipzig, please sell to Man City.
Let's move on from that. I don't think there's much more to say other than that. Yeah. Let's talk about Newcastle. I think it's very interesting. Last episode we talked about Barrea to Newcastle.
And that's not in the news anymore.
It's not happening anymore because Tonali is the man.
It just seems like they want an Italian because those two players are not the same footballer. But I mean, similar qualities. But yeah, Tonali would be a interesting signing to say the least. He was a really hot kind of on the block midfielder when he was younger. When he was 18, everyone was talking about him from Empoli, wasn't he? Yes. And then he went to AC Milan. And it'd be an interesting move. I think Maldini left AC, didn't he? And that's kind of ruffled a few feathers. Mm-hmm. So I think that might be a thing. But I don't know. You don't really see that many Italians leave Italy. That's the thing. It's really odd.
I mean, I think this would be a fantastic signing for Newcastle.
Fantastic.
It's also, but I do have one kind of. I mean, I saw something the other day of Tonali actually when he found out that AC Milan are interested in selling him to Newcastle. He's just started crying because he loves AC Milan so much. Yeah. And I mean, is that going to be a bit of an effect? Is that going to affect him going over to Newcastle? Is he going to be homesick? Like
when he sees the money they're offering him,
Yeah, but I mean, they're paying 70 million for him, I believe.
And fair enough. No, I mean, he's young. He's one of Europe's top midfielders at the moment.
23?
Yeah, and he's done really well. However, he's going to Newcastle. They've got an amazing fan base. It should all really work out, and that is brilliant.
Who drops out of that midfield? Joe Linton?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, Joe. It's one of Joe. It's Joe Linton and
another
person.
Well, it doesn't matter really. Tonali to Newcastle is looking near enough done. Let's talk about 2 Spurs deals. There's 2 that I want to talk about. Firstly, a done deal. Yeah. Vicario, I think that's how you say it, to Spurs. So random.
It came out of nowhere. They were linked with Raya, and they've just gone in for him.
Do they get both?
If he's their number one, it is a out of nowhere gamble and a half. He's a young keeper. which gives me the feel of he'll be a number 2 for a year, and it's an investment for him to become number 1. There's no way he's going to be the number 1 looking forward, but...
Didn't Spurs sign... Yeah, they signed Galini last summer.
No, last 2 summers ago. Yeah.
Last 2 summers ago. Barely featured for them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it's... Now they've gone in for this Vicario. I don't know, it's just a little bit like... They're desperate to replace Hugo Lloris because they're fully away on the way out. I mean, everyone is.
Yeah.
Couple of those shoddy performances last season. Newcastle stands out.
Well, that was the last game.
Mention them, yeah. And Forster coming in after that. But yeah, I mean... He could be the man, but it's just they need to get someone in there quick that's going to really.
If they get Raya as well, I think that's amazing business, and that's the real one they need to get done.
That sort of slowed down though fairly recently.
Yeah.
I think it's all been sort of like thrown in with Raya. It's done basically. Everyone's been in the mindset that it's done,
and it's
like, just died down a bit.
Yeah, because they haven't actually bid. They've just been in talks for ages. It's like they know they'd ask for 40 mil. I know who you're going to talk about next though. Yes. And that's going to be a very interesting one.
Verbal agreement reached between Maddison and Spurs.
Also, I think they've agreed a fee. I think Fabrizio gave the here we go. And I think it's a very good deal. I remember I wanted Arsenal to sign him a couple of seasons ago. And I'm now quite happy. I don't really want him anymore. But for what Tottenham are and what they need, I don't think I've had a creative midfielder since Eriksen. Completely honestly. No, it's difficult. I mean, they had a bit of low Celso, but he wasn't really the man for it, was he? And had a couple of other midfielders as well along the way. But no, I think James Maddison would be a fantastic signing for Spurs. And it is a little bit just frustrating that he's not going to Newcastle. I feel like I've got a soft spot for Newcastle. Yeah, no, but because I just felt like,
it works.
It just, him in black and white, just looks nice. But Tottenham need him. They need goals from midfield. They need assists from midfield. If they're gonna lose Kane, they need to have better players around whoever they get as a striker.
That is quite a good transition onto Kane.
It's a good transition.
That is literally the perfect transition.
Yeah, here we go.
The final one I have to talk about, I don't know if there's any more, but the final one we'll talk about is Kane. It's looking quite likely that he's going to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are really, really in for Harry Kane right now.
Apparently Thomas Tuchel's already spoken to him.
Yes.
And told him where he's going to fit, how he can, propel Bayern back to the kind of European giants that they were a couple of years ago. And I don't see why not, if I'm honest. Apart from going from a lower league, he's not going to be smashing in goals in the Premier League anymore and potentially breaking the record.
I disagree. I think he is going to be smashing goals.
I mean, he's not going to be in the Premier League breaking records.
Yeah.
That's a massive factor.
If he goes to Germany, I'm going to be honest, he is going to absolutely dominate.
I can't lie.
He will be top scorer by a landslide.
For all the teams that have been in for Harry Kane, I think Bayern Munich, other than staying at Tottenham, I think Bayern Munich is one of the worst options. Personally.
Yeah, because I think if you look at the way they competed for the title last year, it was a bit shoddy.
But
and
also,
in the Champions League, they got knocked out of quarters.
But also, he's leaving the Premier League. We mentioned that.
Yeah.
That puts Man United out of the equation. Real Madrid were the other club in for him.
I think now that the Mbappe news has happened, that interest is massively cooled. So
I just think that going to Bayern Munich again, much like I thought with Real Madrid, it's sort of just a bit of a I want trophies cop out. It's like...
But fair. However, it would be extremely funny if he went Bayern and Dortmund finally won the title.
It would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be hilarious.
It would be brilliant. I don't see the problem with him going to another club and wanting to win trophies, especially a club like Bayern or Real Madrid that could quite likely,
Bayern is still a phenomenal, massive club.
I think that the pull for Harry Kane, if I was Harry Kane, I think, not just from a Man United standpoint, I think that the idea of breaking the Premier League all-time goal scoring record, I think that
stands above winning a Bundesliga.
Yes, 100%. It stands above winning a La Liga.
Yeah, but then you go to Madrid, you win the Champions League.
Yeah,
potentially, that stands above.
Real Madrid will get semis almost every year.
Yeah. It's just for me. I think Bayern Munich is a very bad choice.
The one thing I am certain of, more than anything, is he's just going to play amazing in Germany. I think I look at that, and I'm not going to say I don't rate the Bundesliga.
I don't rate the Bundesliga.
But I don't.
I don't rate the Bundesliga.
Right, Lewandowski was absolutely annihilating that league.
Yeah.
And I think he could play there until he was 45, I'll be honest.
He probably still could.
And I think Kane, if he goes to the Bundesliga, he can play there for a while and get 30 a season honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I don't think Bundesliga was quite the force it was when Schalke and Wolfsburg were getting to Champions League quarterfinals and things like that, and really tearing things up. So, yeah, I mean,
you look at Germany now, and you look like they've had their points tally at the end of the season was like 72, 73 to win the title.
Was it?
I know they've got less games, but it's still like what?
I just feel with Harry Kane that he's more likely to stay at Tottenham than go to Bayern Munich.
Are you also a little bit like, oh, for God's sake, he's not coming to Man United?
I mean, a little bit, but
I mean, I don't know if you
I've
were
sort
ever
of
that
accepted
fussed.
it. I've accepted that it's not happening.
Yeah, I think with Tottenham are just weird when it comes to sales. They're just weird because they want a lot of money, but you have to look at this and go, where is the money for the Kane replacement when he goes?
Yeah,
Because do you think he's signing a new contract? He has the biggest. If he ever wants a chance of winning trophies, he has the biggest out of all time, which is either go now or you are definitely going next year. And
That's
if no one wants to pay the money next year, they won't have to. So he'll get a lovely signing-on fee, a cushy final career move for
Saudi Arabia.
For his family. Jesus Christ!
Well,
can't have that.
Let's move on from there into our discussion for the episode, and we mentioned Man United a little bit, and we're just going to talk about Man United and what's going on at the club at the minute, because to be perfectly honest, it is an absolute shambles at Manchester United right now, and it's not really giving me much hope. It's really not giving me much hope for next season. You're smiling because you're loving life.
I'm having a great time. The window's been we're 2 weeks into the window. I'm having a lovely time.
The first thing I want to talk about in terms of Man United, let's just get it out the way quickly. The owner situation.
Yeah.
It was looking like a couple of weeks ago, it was looking like it was done. It's like we're going to get an announcement soon, and we still haven't. It's still unknown what's going on. Talks are continuing. We just don't really know anymore.
And you say get it out of the way quickly, but I kind of feel like
You
this whole
can't.
transitional period is the main reason why all these other problems are going on.
Once you get the Qataris, a lot of your problems will go away. As much as I don't know if we should talk about them as like, is it good that the Qataris are coming in? But they will literally fix all your financial problems immediately. I mean, because I've been saying it for a while. Man United spend a lot of money. They always do. This summer, ironically, is the perfect time to get the Qataris because it's actually finally caught up with you. And if they come in, I mean, they've said they'll fix the debt, won't they?
Yes, the debt that
is 700 mil now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came out last night that it's about 750 million.
It was 400 last year.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, they'll do that. Suddenly, you might go back in from out and just add another 5 mil, which you may have to. I think you may have to pay 60 for him.
But the thing is, with this owner situation, even if we confirm that they're coming in, it won't be instant.
No.
It will not be.
It takes
instant.
a long time.
I'm telling you now, the summer transfer window right now for Man United, in my head, is a write-off. It's a complete write-off. We won't have the Qataris by the end of this transfer window. We might not even have them by January.
I'll be honest. I think I said this at the end of the season when I was thinking about how we can't predict the season yet. We need to hold off on that until the very last minute before the first ball gets kicked. But I was saying at the end of the season, who's our top 4 next season? And I thought City, yeah. I think Arsenal, yeah. I think Newcastle's a maybe. And I thought, do Man United stay in the top 4? Because teams are going to improve. And I thought, you really need to get your window right. And it's looking like you won't. And I do think Man United, at the current moment in time, won't get top 4 next season.
You're cruising for a bruising.
Yes, I've been saying for the past couple of days that I think we finish 6th, 7th at the rate it's going, at the rate other teams are going, and the rate that Man United are going.
I think 7th's a bit harsh, but
because I genuinely see.
You talked to me and you said you thought Chelsea, Liverpool, and Spurs would finish above you.
I think the way it's going, it's looking like it's a possibility.
I think Liverpool do. I'll be honest, Liverpool right now, I'm thinking might break back into the top 4. I mean, but like Spurs, do you think Spurs going to finish above?
Potentially.
Chelsea, we need to wait
at the rate. Look at the rate that Spurs are going. Let's say obviously we talked about Vicario. Let's say they get Raya as well. Let's say they get Maddison. They'll probably bring in some more people.
They permanently signed Kulusevski.
Yeah, exactly. They're just bringing.
Is that a new signing?
Bringing in more people.
I mean, it's done. Yeah.
They're bringing in more and more people. Their squad is getting better. Let's say they keep Kane as well. you honestly never know.
Yeah, and all it takes is for Son to get back into top form as well, and he's a world-class player again.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, they have potential there, and you're kind of stagnating. But let's, there's
you
other
had a good
issues
season
well.
last year. Don't go overly pessimistic into this, because you still have a good squad. You've got a manager.
Obviously.
You love Ten Hag, don't you?
I love Ten Hag.
You worship
I
the
love our
bastard,
squad.
right? So
And I don't think as well, at the start of last season, a lot of people were going, Man United are going to have the season that they did eventually have.
I had you for 5th, and you got 3rd.
And you still did terrifically well. Granted, you made some great signings.
Yes.
And you might not now, but still, those players are still at the club.
Let's talk about business. Let's talk about signings. Firstly, Mason Mount. It's looking like it's fallen through in a way.
I think he'll come back in for him.
We probably will come back in for him. However, it's not looking that promising.
He can't stay at Chelsea.
Mason Mount wants to leave.
He can't stay at Chelsea. And you know what? I heard what they've done when they offered him his contract. And I thought he was rejecting their money. But the money wasn't the problem. They offered him only a 2-year deal. And he's just there going, Mudrik's on 8.
Yes.
What am I doing here? I've come through the academy. I've been one of the best players at the club for the last few years. And you're offering me 2 years. So I completely understand why you rejected it. So, yeah, he's been pushing for a move. He's agreed personal terms with another club. You can't do that and then just go, Joe, yeah, I'll stay for the season. Because imagine being a Chelsea fan watching him play for the entire season.
Yeah.
I remember when Sanchez didn't leave on deadline day, and watching him for that half season before he eventually left.
It's painful.
It was just weird. Because every time he scored a goal, I was like, is his heart in it? You know what I mean?
But, the Manchester United have submitted three bids. And the word going around was, once that 3rd bid is rejected, we're out. We're leaving that deal. And the 3rd bid got rejected. So it's not, obviously I talked about Mason Mount on the YouTube channel. And one quote that I remember from the video from myself was, when we signed Mason Mount, literally saying emphasis on the when. And now it's not looking as likely.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen. We're sitting here, all happy because Declan Rice is about to...
City are going to bid 200 mil in 10 minutes' time.
You never know.
Actually, Joe, I'm worried myself now, so I actually need to check.
So that's Mason Mount. Rabiot is another player that has fallen through. I wasn't entirely sure about Rabiot signing for Manchester United, but that's fallen through because he signed a contract at Juventus. So that's fallen through. More and more targets. Kane, fallen through. The striker situation is incredibly unknown right now. No one knows who Man United are signing. I think every Premier League club has a definitive that's who they're signing, other than Man United. The whole situation is just a mess.
Yeah, and it's an absolute mess as well, really. And you mentioned you don't know who you're going to sign. Onana's been linked.
Yes.
Apparently, that Ten Hag's spoken to him, and they've got relations as well, haven't they, through Ajax?
Mm-hmm.
But that comes with the whole David De Gea news.
Yes, David De Gea's situation is also a complete mess. It came out last night, I believe, that we offered him a contract. It was accepted. Everything was going well, and Manchester United ended up saying, actually, you know what, we're gonna lower your wages even more, and obviously David De Gea is not happy.
I think that's very poor for Man United, because you can't go through an entire negotiation process and and as soon as you get close to a deal, go, do you know what? No. Imagine if Arsenal today did the entire compromise with West Ham, and we're like, yeah, we've got the deal lined up, and then just before we fully get to that agreement, Arsenal go, now what if, right, we take a 5 million away from the guaranteed fee? How does that sound? Like, imagine it'd be like, no, what have we been doing the whole day? Like. And it's a bit as much as I do think that David Hayes should leave, it's a bit disrespectful for Man United to do that.
Yeah, this is on a whole other scale. I mean, how long has De Gea been at Man United?
Yeah, it's like 11
years.
12 years.
Yeah,
to just kind of go, do you know what? Make it even like that.
He's a Man United legend. He's a Man United legend.
I mean, I was reading earlier, 4 Player of the Season awards. That's the same as Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, he's got more. He's got the joint most Player of the Year awards at Manchester United, including 3 in a row.
Yes.
3 in a row is insane.
Which just shows
it says a lot about Man United.
That he carried you for those years.
Yes.
He truly did.
If you didn't have David Gea, you might not have got top 10 in those years.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 10 years, apart from David De Gea, have Manchester United have had a best player in the world in that position?
No, definitely
David De Gea is the only one that you could say maybe in
At a point in
2018, 2017, he was the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's given so much to the club, and they've kind of just gone, well, who's going to buy us, or who's going to be the new owners? Let's sort that out first. Oh wait, hang on, David De Gea's leaving. Someone needs to sort that out as well. Yeah, we don't really have any money. Can you have that much? And it's kind of just all looks a little bit unprofessional.
I do think he should go, because I think in order to become a sustainable club, you need to get players off high wages. He's on massive wages, and can you get him on cheaper? I don't think you can. I think he's going to go somewhere else.
No,
and I do think you need a new number one anyway. Yeah. And is he going to be happy playing number 2? No. So I think him leaving on free is the actual best option.
I think it'd be disgraceful to have him as a number 2 after what he's done for your club. I mean, I think I did read as well last season he did actually take an initial pay cut. It wasn't that heavy, and now they've turned around and tried to lower it even more for the new contract. But
the thing is with Manchester United's contracts, you can't. One of the reasons David De Gea is on such a high contract right now and he's not budging is because if you look at the other players on high wages, Jadon Sancho, Harry Maguire.
You're listening to Office 4.
Like Scott McTominay is probably on a ridiculous contract. We have all these players on such ridiculous contracts, and that's what Manchester United do. That's the problem with Manchester United, really. I think this whole thing.
I think you're second in the league on
I feel
wages.
as though every time we talk about Man United on the podcast, it always comes back to the same conclusion, that the staff that work at Manchester United behind the scenes, not obviously your negotiators, your John Murters and that sort of people.
It's just a bit weak.
It's pathetic. Yeah. It's pathetic, and that's why David De Gea is probably going to end up leaving, and. Like I'm of the opinion that I'm making a video on David De Gea that should be out fairly soon.
By the time the contract runs out,
you would hope so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm of the opinion that obviously David De Gea's game isn't this modern goalkeeper game.
Yeah.
And I say this in the video, but I'm going to say it again. As the saying goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? And that is just how it is.
He's not going to overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Football.
I love David De Gea. I love David De Gea, but unfortunately, it's just how it goes. So unless he's going to take a massive pay cut, and we can work around that, which he's not going to, unfortunately, it is probably the time to say goodbye to David De Gea. It's a shame. But that's just how you grow as a football club. But this entire discussion has been around how awful Manchester United have been with their business right now, and just everything is going wrong at Manchester United. It doesn't seem like there's anything going right at the minute, and I don't know what more to say other than that.
No, I think you've concluded it nicely. Yeah. To be fair,
I mean. We've all got different perspectives, I feel, on this. And I respect your opinion on David De Gea, because he means a lot to you. He's been one of your most consistent players over the years, but he's reached a point where I think the game has just developed past him. And, if he wants a lot of money, he's available on free. And when you're available on free, you get a massive sign-on bonus and a cushy wage. I'm not saying he has to go to Saudi Arabia, but someone will probably pick him up.
Yeah.
He has the option to go back to Spain. And I do think it's the best thing for both parties to just split.
Hey, you!
Yeah?
Yes, you!
How did you get in my house?
Do you like YouTube?
Yeah.
Sometimes find it a bit dull?
No, I love YouTube.
Then you should subscribe to the Football in Question YouTube channel.
Why?
They've got podcast clips, original content, and also they have your family hostage.
What?
Like I said, subscribe now!
If you want to see your family again, subscribe now.
Mum? The debate for today is the top 3 free agents available right now.
Or contracts expiring.
Contracts expiring. Isaac, do you want to start with your 3?
I wanted to say Marcus Thuram, but it's he's basically signed for Inter Milan.
Yeah.
He's been pictured in Milan. What's wrong with me? But if I'm going to pick 3 players, first name on my list I'm going to go for is Wilfried Zaha. I think, sure, he's 30, but he's been a pivotal part of Crystal Palace for the last few years. He's clearly got a lot of talent. He's not lost his pace. I don't know who would pick him up. Maybe another Prem team, maybe like a foreign side. Who knows? But it'd be a very good signing for whoever picks him up. Another player which I'd like to mention is Roberto Firmino. He still had a very good season for Liverpool, goal scoring wise. and I think there's rumours he might go to Saudi. I wouldn't really want to see that.
No.
But I think someone out there, I saw someone mention Real Madrid. I thought, if Real Madrid signed him as like a backup option,
Genuinely.
that'd be a very good deal.
He's a fantastically technical player.
Yeah.
He's always been brilliant,
Yeah.
to be fair, even when he hasn't been scoring the most. So, that is right. Or maybe him at like, I don't know, just like a club like Dortmund or something like that. Or just like, just a nice club, really.
I'm really struggling for a third option because, as much as I want to mention Reece Nelson, he's probably going to sign it.
Third, is he? And he's not third.
He might, he's a young player, got a lot of potential, but he's going to sign a new deal.
Yeah.
So do you know what? For the sake of it, it's the final episode, I will finally be nice to you, Jordan. I'm going to put David De Gea into this list. Because at the end of the day, if you're a club struggling and you just need a good shot stopper, you've got David De Gea on a free. You can give him a 3-year contract, 2-year contract,
For sure.
Yeah.
Actually?
I think you've completely overlooked Skriniar. He's just got into the Champions League final, He's always brilliant on career mode, I must say. Fantastic young prospect. 28 now, though.
Yes.
However, he would, contract expiring, if a Premier League club came in for him, because a lot of these European players, they quite like the idea secretly in the back of their head, like, if a Premier League club knocks on the door, I wouldn't mind that. Look at Keylor Navas with Nottingham Forest, things like that, So I think, could a Premier League club like, I don't know, Everton be a little bit cheeky and go, look, come over? I think that's entirely unrealistic.
Everton?
I was expecting Newcastle.
All right, Newcastle. Yeah. That's much better. Newcastle.
Man United are in for a second, right?
Newcastle.
That is the lowest you can go. Top,
actually,
Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I've got the best replacement for Connor Cody available right now.
Yeah.
Hear me
Champions League
out. No one's going to agree with me here. This guy got to Champions League final. I don't know if he's good enough.
That reminds me of, have you watched Sunderland Till I Die? And they're looking at free agents because they've got no money, and someone puts Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the list, and the director just goes mental.
And they end up signing Will Green.
Anyway, Skriniar, first on my list. Second, I am just unfortunately going off the market value on transfer market, but Marco Asensio, fine, he's going to PSG, whatever. His contract's expiring. He's won multiple Champions Leagues over the last years. That is another underrated player who's kind of been at the back of the scenes that Madrid don't really want anymore. And then I really liked Zaha and Bobby Firmino. It's between them two for my third spot.
I have got 3 players that have been mentioned here. I have got Skriniar. I do have Skriniar, Champions League finalist. It speaks for itself. I have got David De Gea. I think, as in terms of how goalkeepers are, someone picks him up, they pick him up and go, that man was the best goalkeeper in the world at one point. Don't think you can look past that.
Yeah.
And the other player I've got is Wilfried Zaha, who I think still has a few years left in him. I think he could go to a decent European side. I still think he could do well for a decent AC Milan, a Dortmund.
I think it'd be fantastic at Dortmund.
Yeah.
One of those teams. I think that's a fantastic pick. I did want to mention one player in particular that I would like to have in this list, but I'm not sure
I think I know.
we're going to have in this list. Do you think you know?
Can I guess?
Go on.
Phil Jones?
No.
Oh.
Jesse Lingard?
No. They don't actually play in the men's game.
Oh!
Alessia Russo.
Do you know what? Yeah, I forgot. Do you know what? I feel like an absolute idiot right now because we discussed this on the walk here.
We
And I
did.
forgot we were going to include her. And now that you mention it, yeah.
Alessia Russo.
De Gea's out my list.
Zaha's out mine.
Because I'm sorry, but if you compare Alessia Russo to the men's game, in terms of market value, age, English tax, it would be like Declan Rice being available on a free.
Yeah.
So I think Russo goes into my list because genuinely, people aren't talking about this free signing as much as possible. Maybe because it's the women's game, but like, it is mental that she's available on a free.
Yes.
It is actually mental.
Yes.
Imagine if Marcus Rashford at the age of 22 has a contract run out and Arsenal signed him.
Yeah.
I'm saying Arsenal because it's almost like definitely happening that she's going to Arsenal.
So,
But-
I think Alessia Russo is in with a shout here. For sure.
I think she is, and it'd be nice to include a women's player in the list. We don't usually do that.
Also, the thing that makes it even more mental is that the team which is getting her broke the record transfer bid in women's football in January.
Yeah.
And then a
it got
few months
rejected.
later, free money. You know,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So,
I think
for me, my final top 3 is Skriniar, De Gea, and Russo.
I'm going Russo number 1 because of.
Oh, mine was in no particular order.
Oh no! Should we just go no particular order? Is that better?
No, we'll do.
No, we'll make it.
I'm going to go Russo number 1 purely because of market value for the women's game in terms of what that offers. It's the free signing I would make on. Do you remember on career mode? Almost everyone's contracts run out. I would almost always sign someone on a free and then just sell them, and that's like 100 mil made. In the women's game, this is effectively money laundering. Like, if Arsenal sold her, it's dodgy as hell. But like, in terms of market value, it's insane. I think I have to put Zaha in there, and then we've got to put Skriniar. Have we got Skriniar?
To be honest,
I think Skriniar.
So Skriniar, Zaha.
I don't think David De Gea gets in the top 3.
really?
No.
I was being really,
there.
I was being really nice when I
Why?
put her in. Look, because we aren't saying it.
No, but why? No, but
Okay,
why?
all right, say you...
Why aren't you saying? Why are you saying
'Cause I think the other three are better.
Zaha over De Gea?
Let me talk, man. Because I just think... Right, okay. Say you're a club that's trying to pick up a couple of free agents in the summer. Unless, most clubs have they have their goalkeeper. They have that guaranteed. And if they are going to go for a goalkeeper, they're going to go for the next, if you're Tottenham, you're going to go for Raya. You're going to go for Vicario or something like that. I know, okay, fair enough. There's your clubs lower down that would love a David De Gea, but who they want more? A David De Gea or a Skriniar, who is arguably in his prime, has just got to the Champions League final.
I've got Skriniar in my list, right? I think David De Gea is a better free agent option than Wilfried Zaha is.
I disagree.
I think David De Gea...
No, I disagree as well, because Zaha's got a lot to offer. He's been at Palace for a couple of years. He's 30, and
David De Gea doesn't have a lot to offer.
Not as much as he used to.
Hold on. I don't want to abuse.
Zaha
I don't
is-
want to abuse Transfermarkt. But going Transfermarkt, he is worth €9 million more. So it's actually a better.
But he's a goalkeeper. They're worth.
I know. Okay, and he's 36.
That's
But
not a good
I
point.
do think Zaha is still.
He's only 2 years younger.
Zaha's not operating at his
Gea.
peak anymore. He's not operating at that, but he's still operating at a decent level.
Neither is
And I
De Gea.
think for a free, for an option to add goals to your team, I think most teams in the top 5 European leagues should look at him.
I think also let's think about David De Gea's it's hard to compare a goalkeeper to an attacking player.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do that. For me, David De Gea comes into a team as well as a free agent this season. I don't want to abuse this, right? But he did win the Golden Glove in the Premier League this season. Just gone.
Yeah,
He did.
He had the most
great-
clean
it's a great
sheets in the
point.
Premier
It's
League.
a great point. Yeah.
He's a fantastic shot stopper, right? I would say he goes into a team and he guarantees them more clean sheets than they had in the previous season.
You can't argue that, really, can you?
And from that perspective, I think De Gea. I think the two things you have to compare with De Gea and Zaha when you're comparing a goalkeeper and an attacking player is how many goals would Zaha contribute and how many clean sheets would David De Gea contribute.
Yeah.
I think De Gea contributes more clean sheets than Zaha does goals.
He's got us there. I'm not going to lie, it's a fair point.
Do you concede?
Yeah, I'll concede that. I really
So
will.
what we're saying? We're saying Russo.
But I think Skriniar's ahead of De Gea.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Skriniar's ahead as the. So
But
we
for
say.
me, David De Gea
So in
has
terms
to
of
be
order, we're going Russo, Skriniar, De Gea.
I'm very happy with
fair
that.
with
I'm
that?
Yeah.
I'm very happy with
Fair
that.
with that.
So
Fair
there
with
you
that.
go.
Alessio Russo is the best free agent on the market right now.
Yeah. 2 Manchester United.
And
potential
Charlotte's going to be even better. When the next FIFA comes out, you can put her in our ultimate team. That news broke yesterday. So
Well, there you go.
You can put...
women are in our ultimate team next year.
Wow.
Well, no, because
Elite.
people have said it's unrealistic. And do you know what I say? It's a bit unrealistic that you can play Neuer up front and and Maradona's on the game.
It's a game.
Exactly, that's my point.
None of it's realistic.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
You're-
like, you do know Maradona's dead, right? And you can play with him, right?
Play the intense music because it is time for not just the quiz,
But just define
the quiz to end all quizzes.
Are we not doing the quiz after this?
This is
No, this is the ultimate.
the ultimate quiz because this is winner takes all.
Piss off.
This is winner takes all. May the best man win.
I'm
here.
literally like 14-3 up this season.
We don't know how
No.
this is going to go.
This is it. I'm not.
Do you know what? I am so sure I'm losing today because of how the world. I know how the world works. I know narratives. I've seen the script.
This is the big time.
It's so obvious.
And in this quiz, normally we have 10, 11 questions.
Yeah.
I don't just have 10, 11. I don't have 12. I don't have 13, 14, 15, none of that. I have 21 questions
I'm
that
worried
potentially are to be answered
so
in
worried
this
now.
quiz. We're talking
This is a clip.
big
This is-
time. Yeah, this is
I am worried.
this is the next big thing. And the people don't know this. You guys know this. But I actually asked you both for your strong subjects. And which subject would it be that if I gave you questions on that, you would get 100%? And you both told me, I'm not going to reveal it yet. Isaac did kind of suss out. Isaac sussed out what I'm sort of doing here. But you're not going to be answering your own strong subject. You're going to be answering the other person's.
He didn't suss this out before we gave you the
no,
right,
I mean, I don't know.
I did.
He told.
I thought you'd struggle at it anyway.
He told.
Because it would be disingenuous. So I went, my top topic is signings in the Chinese Super League.
Okay, all right, respect.
So, you're each going to have 5 questions. This is the opening 2 rounds, by the way. There's multiple rounds. First round, depending on who goes first. First round, we're going to do maybe an Isaac round or an Ashley round. Second round, Ashley round, Isaac round, whoever it is. So, can you do rock, paper, scissors to decide whose round is, who wants to go first?
I don't think this really matters.
Shoot.
I was going to go on. I mean, should we just go on shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Would you like to answer Ashley's? Would you like Ashley to go first, or would you like to go first?
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first.
That's what you do in penalty.
Yeah,
You've got to set the tempo. Set the tempo.
Ashley, would you like to reveal what your strong subject was, or should I?
I'll reveal it. I'm not the football fan that I once was, and I don't want to have excuses and things like that, but I'm not also the Arsenal fan that I once was, like 3 or 4 years ago either. I was a right nerd, like Isaac is now, but I basically chose something that I just thought I'd know more about Isaac then, and that is Brighton Hove Albion since about 2008 onwards.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
I've lived in the city.
You bastard.
I think I just know...
Is that the thing you know the most about?
No, absolutely not.
Then it's really disingenuous.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
I'll be like me picking Exeter City, because you know nothing.
No, I didn't know he'd ask you questions about this. I said, I genuinely don't know.
He did say, when I asked him, he was like, I
was thinking about it all day, and then and then he
so
said
gonna beat me on
something
this.
that you think you're better at Isaac than, and I said, yeah.
So Brighton and Hove Albion from 2008 to the present. You have 5 questions to answer.
Well, I know I've half of it's in the Championship.
There's some,
I don't know a lot. I just know.
They only got, when did they get promoted? They got promoted 2017?
There's some bonus points to be collected here as well, remember. So every point matters. Let's start with question 1 for Isaac. Starting off nice and easy, this season, Brighton's official 3rd kit was what colour? I need specifics here.
Oh, God.
Brighton's official 3rd kit was what colour?
Okay, well, the home kit's blue and white. The away kit was like the weird orangey red thing. And I think they used their away kit from last season again. So I thought it's like light blue, sky blue.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's incorrect. It's turquoise.
That is kind of that.
It's that's like sky blue.
But I'm saying from my memory, I can see the kit in my head. I'm saying I don't know, know. It's not like I think you're being a dick here because I can see the kit.
It's
not like I said black.
It's not sky blue though.
No, okay.
Well, no, but I said it's like blue.
He didn't say the colour. He didn't say the colour, but I'd be happy if he
I could design the kit for you from memory.
He knew
just because I didn't say what it was.
I'm happy if he gets a point.
It's
your quiz.
If I said it was black, fair play. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not sky blue.
I've been in the Brighton shop.
The question is
sky blue.
The question is, what is the colour of the kit? You said sky blue. Sky blue is incorrect. It's turquoise. I've got to be strict with this quiz. It's the final quiz. It's the final quiz.
Honestly, if you're going to start it off like this,
there's so many questions.
Then you know what? Doesn't matter what happens.
No,
calm down.
Be like that.
Calm down.
Be a child.
It's blue.
Calm down.
You've got plenty more questions.
Is turquoise a mixture of blue and green? Would that make it light blue?
No, it's not. It's not sky blue.
I think sky blue and turquoise are very close.
Man City play in sky blue.
Yeah, but
and turquoise.
Turquoise is a very
colour.
weird colour. It's like if it said lilac and I didn't say it, would you have not given me the point?
Isaac,
I'm sorry.
You've got plenty more questions to be.
There's so many more. Like I said, there's over 20 questions I've written down here. Yeah. So Brighton's top goal scorer of all time is Tommy Cook, who played between 1921 and 1929. But their second highest played for the club on 2 separate occasions between 2008 and now. Who is their second highest goal scorer?
Between 2008 and now, 2 different spells.
Yes.
I know someone who did 2 spells.
Who is their second?
I think it's their current Premier League top goal scorer. I think it's Glenn Murray.
Correct.
Yes.
Glenn Murray is correct.
Oh wait, is he their still top goal? I think Gross might have overtaken him.
No, Gross is, I think, Grocer's level with and Neil Moore players as well.
But
I think more,
What am I doing?
there is.
Are those questions going to come up?
There is a bonus point up for grabs here.
No, it's a
In
joke.
fact, there is a bonus 2 points up
Yeah.
for grabs here for you, Isaac.
Yeah.
The question is, how many goals did he score in his time at Brighton? If you're within 5, I'll give you 1 point. If you get it spot on, I'll give you 2.
I think he's their second top scorer of all time.
Yes.
Right? I know he scored like under 30 in the Prem, but then he's had 2 spells. He was there in 2008. I think you've got to add, I think he scored probably around 100. Because he's not a great striker, let's be honest.
Remember, I'm giving you within 5 here.
Within
for a
5.
point. For a point, within 5, bang on 2 points.
The thing is, it's so hard because you're attracted to round numbers. I think I'm just going to say 100.
Incorrect. You're not going to get any points for that.
It's close though, isn't it?
His exact total is 111.
Oh, you bastard!
Exactly
If
111.
I said 110, I'd have got it.
You would.
I wasn't, to be fair, I'll
You
be honest,
would've.
I wouldn't have said that because I didn't think you'd have done that much, but...
There you go.
I'm proud that I was close.
Yeah, still quite close to be fair.
My
That's 1 point on the board. Next question. Currently, Brighton play at the Amex Stadium, which is also referred to as Falmer Stadium.
Oh, no.
What season was their last season in their previous stadium?
Hold on. No, I know this. Because their last season, their kit was celebrating 10 years at the Amex. I'm just thinking, is it 10 years at the start of the season or 10 years after? I think it's 10 years at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, last season started 2021. So, I think they moved in... Did they move in 20? Yeah, I'm going to say they moved. Their last season was the 10-11 season.
Correct.
Yes!
Correct.
Well done.
Fantastic.
This is what happens when you
Fantastic
pay.
bit of maths.
This is what happens when you pay attention at the club shop.
Yeah. Fantastic paying of attention. That's 2 points for Isaac now. You have 2 questions left. Next question. During Brighton's 6-year stint in the Championship between 2011-12 and 2016-17, what was the lowest position that Brighton finished in the Championship?
If only I paid attention to the Championship when I was a little kid. So I genuinely only started paying attention probably the season they went up.
And he's got to get this dead on.
Yes.
Wow.
The lowest position.
The lowest
I know
they
what the
finished.
highest position was, and it was
In
second.
six years.
In 6 years. I don't think they were close to going down, but like they must have early on, going up from League One, had a struggle or two.
Can we get a guess in?
It was 20. Wait, how many spots
got-
are there?
it's a
There's
long
24
quiz.
spots.
Yeah.
24 spots. Bottom 3 go down. I don't know if they were in a relegation battle. I'm trying to think
It's a long quiz.
what's nearly a relegation battle, but not. I'm going to say 15th.
Incorrect.
Am I close?
Lower, isn't it?
20th.
Yeah.
Jesus!
20th.
Okay, I didn't think they nearly went down.
I think they were in the playoffs, then they had a horror season, went down to 20th, and then I think, oh, what am I doing? Sorry.
Next question. Since 2000, this is the final question of the round. Since
Do I not have to
2008,
answer any more Brighton questions?
there's a bonus question for this. But
Ah, okay, fair.
Since 2008, how many managers have Brighton had?
Jesus Christ. Okay, how many have they? First of all, how many have they in the Premier League? So you've got De Zerbi, you got Potter, you got. I forgot his name. You know I'm thinking of. I think he
Yeah,
manages
I know.
Norwich right now.
I know who you're thinking of.
That bloke.
No, he doesn't.
But
Those are the only Premier League managers they've had.
since 2008,
But then you've got bloody 9 years, and they were
Is
in.
this interims as well? Is this permanent?
I think it's just permanent.
I think I'm going to have to guess. I'm just going to think in 9 years in the Championship, how many managers are you going to have? And I'm going to say probably 6, I think, in that time. So I'm going to say they've had 9 managers.
Since 2008, 9 managers?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Can I have a guess? Or will that?
You can have a guess.
5?
13.
Oh.
Jesus! You thought they only had 2 managers in their time in the Championship.
I told you this is not
There
my
is
choice.
no manager. There is no Championship club which isn't chopping and changing.
You're
every
on
year
2
or
points,
two.
but
No,
I
I
will give you a
I
bonus
thought I'd
point.
be harsh if I said they had a lot. 'Cause I'm like, they're not Watford. But Jesus!
I will give you a bonus point if you can name 6 of those 13 managers.
I mean, I can name
1 bonus point for
Roberto
6.
De Zerbi, Graham Potter. I forgot the prick's name. I can see him. He's got grey hair. He played for Tottenham.
But if he's not turquoise, he's not getting the point.
I forgot his name.
Exactly.
Oh, he's managed Norwich as well.
I'm going to need to push you for some more answers here.
I
You've only got
can't.
2.
I can't
No?
name him.
Okay.
Can you show me the name and then
So,
make me feel awful?
De Zerbi, Potter, Chris Hughton.
Ah, that's it.
Gus Boy.
Gus Poyet's in there.
I didn't know Gus Poyet managed them.
Nathan Jones, Sammy, I can't say his
Didn't know
surname.
Nathan Jones managed them.
Oscar Garcia, Martin Hinchelwood,
Wouldn't have got that.
Russell Slade,
Wouldn't
Dean
have
White, Bob Booker, Mickey Adams, and Dean Wilkins. So, Isaac, at the end of your Brighton
I've got
questions,
2.
you have 2 points.
That's not bad, mate. That's not bad.
So,
No, but you're going to get better.
on to Ashley's answers and Isaac's round. Isaac, can you please reveal what your subject is?
Mine are Arsenal scores, Arsenal exact scores between the 2015-16 season and the present day.
Well, I thought you were just going to go Invincible season.
No, exact score lines.
Yeah.
And I think I did say, Jordan, you haven't put like Arsenal v Tottenham in here because he's going to remember that.
Yes.
I'm saying like he's got to mention like FA Cup third rounds here, League Cups.
I know for a fact that Isaac can do this.
Yeah, no.
I know that for a fact.
fair enough.
Honestly, I have a catalogue.
So,
Yeah, no, I know.
Every time you get it wrong, can I say?
there might be a couple of bonus questions, remember. So.
I'll do it, but I want
These
it
are
to
my
be-
questions now, Isaac.
But no, but I want to get them right. Like even though I won't get points.
Ashley, question 1.
Come on.
Start off nice and easy. This season, what was the aggregate score between Arsenal and Brentford
This season.
in the league? Arsenal versus Brentford, aggregate scoreline. Home, away, combined.
I'm pretty sure. I think, could be wrong, fair enough if I am, but I think it is 6-3 to Arsenal.
Incorrect.
You are like miles off.
Am I?
Yeah.
Isaac, do you want to?
Didn't we beat them away and drew at home? That's what I'm thinking.
We beat them away and we drew at home.
We beat them away 3-0, didn't we?
Did you say? What did you say? 6.
And
6-3.
6-3. So
So do you think we drew 3-3 at home?
yeah, I thought we did, didn't we?
No.
It was 1-1.
The answer is 4-1.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, the answer's 4-1. I can
So,
tell me tell you the goal scorers in
4-1.
all those
No,
games. but-
no.
I could. I so could.
Next question. In 2019-20, Crystal Palace hosting Arsenal. So, what was the score?
Oh, okay.
I know this. Like so not.
He's
Wait,
putting me off
Chris
massively.
Chris
He's really
Okay,
annoying
let's
me. Can
let's
you just shut him up.
Yeah, let's quiet down a bit here.
Isaac, this
he
is-
wasn't.
let me
he
answer
wasn't
the
going.
questions.
Oh, this.
Yeah, I was just letting you do your thing.
Just-
right, okay.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
I remember.
I know the
No, I
game.
know it.
I know the game because, and I'm going to look like a mug here if it's not, but I'm pretty sure that was Unai Emery's first season, and I'm pretty sure the scoreline was 2-2. Xhaka scored a free kick.
Incorrect.
Oh, that's the season after.
no!
This is the season Unai Emery got sacked, and I remember it was one of Arteta's it was in Arteta's like first 5 games, and I think. Is there any more questions on this game?
There is another question.
I cannot say anything about this.
The final score of the game was 1-1. 1920.
I thought it was 0-0.
1920, 1-1.
Another game has flashed back into my head.
Bonus question for this. Arsenal received a red card in this game, but who got sent off?
Oh,
I know.
I actually think I know. I know who scored. Aubameyang scored for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I remember
the goal.
I think David Luiz.
Who got sent off?
Why would you say that? What, I'm about to answer the question. Why are you giving me an answer?
That's what I'm going to do with a red card. I think David Luiz assisted him.
No, you said I think David Luiz got sent off.
No, I said David Luiz assisted him.
Okay, right.
All right. Instant. This isn't my answer. Instant thoughts of Xhaka.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that wasn't that game. And I actually think it was Aubameyang that got sent off against Crystal Palace.
Correct.
Correct.
Get him!
It is Aubameyang.
Correct. It was an absolute shoddy challenge.
Right.
It was our first ever VAR red card.
You're off the mark.
I am an Arsenal fan. Come on.
One point.
Is that his second question?
That was the second question, yeah.
Jesus.
Third question. The highest scoring Arsenal game of the 16-17 Premier League season came on the opening day as Arsenal hosted Liverpool. What was the final score?
On the opening day, Arsenal hosted Liverpool in the 16-17 season.
Yes.
And that was the highest scoring Arsenal game.
In the Premier League that season.
That was the highest Arsenal game, not of
Yeah.
all games.
Yeah.
Highest scoring Arsenal
Highest-
game, but like
Highest
both
scoring
teams.
Arsenal
Both
game.
teams.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
But, so it's not just Arsenal that have scored.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
Okay, fair enough.
What was the score in that game?
We hosted Liverpool.
Yeah, opening day of the 16-17 season.
Did we? I know that.
I was there. I know exactly. I can tell you the order the goals happened.
See, you're telling me that. I remember you went to a Liverpool game and you're always banging on about it. But it was quite low scoring. But I'm pretty sure we won 3-0 that day. The one that he's always talking about.
Is that your final
I don't remember it being opening day. That will be a surprise to me. But I'm going 3-0 Arsenal.
Incorrect.
Is there any more questions?
There is more questions.
On this question, on this game.
But you can say the score.
The score was 4-3 to Liverpool.
Yes, 4-3
Oh,
Liverpool.
yeah, I literally remember the game now. Yeah.
But it was awful.
Mane
had
There is a
superb
bonus
day.
question
James had a man.
here.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Arsenal. I gave Isaac a bonus 2-point question. This is your bonus 2-point question. I'll give you a point if you can name the Arsenal goal scorers, and I'll give you another point if you can name the Liverpool ones as well.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh, jeez.
So you have to name 3 players
Right,
for
so
Arsenal.
Mane scored for Liverpool, I know that.
Okay.
He's one of mine. But I need to name...
You need to know 3 Liverpool ones to get a point.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't need to know all the Arsenal ones as well?
For another point. For
that'd be
2
another
points,
point.
Oh,
you
right.
name all the
Okay.
goal scorers.
I have a feeling I'm going to lock in Chamberlain for Arsenal. I feel like he scored for Arsenal. I feel like Walcott scored for Arsenal, actually. Can't give you another name. But Liverpool, I'm just going to go and guess another Arsenal one.
If you get all the Arsenal ones, you get a point.
I'll be happy with that.
I mean, you've said 2 names.
Yeah,
you
I'm going to go...
4 names is more daunting.
I can't name another... I can't name the other Liverpools. But then I think Mane scored 2. Oh, sorry, I'm taking ages.
I'm going to need at least the other Arsenal one now.
Did Mane score that? I'm just going to go with the other Arsenal one as... come on, Ash.
Just think of the players that played at the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to push you for time here.
Ozil.
No.
Can I say, I was shitting it because you got 2 right.
You
Chamberlain
did
scored the
get 2
third,
right.
Walcott scored the opener, and he missed a penalty in the game as well. It was our 3rd goal of the game, which made it 4-3. Chambers got a glancing header from free kick. And I remember it because from my view, Xhaka had just been subbed on, and I thought he scored.
Right. Liverpool, are you going to attempt Liverpool?
All right, yeah, I'll go
You get a
Liverpool,
point
yeah.
if you get Liverpool.
I know for a fact he did it. Who
Yeah.
scored for
I think
Liverpool.
Mane scored 2. I'm going to stick with that. So then I
Okay.
think there's another 2 goal scorers for Liverpool.
Okay.
And can't really name them. Funnily enough. Who even was there?
It's hard to think about the game from a Liverpool point of view and not get distracted by Mane. That's the issue.
Mane was the guy.
Mane is going to cloud out every other player that played in the match.
Right, I'm just going to go with random one, Klein. Nathaniel Klein scored for Liverpool.
Okay.
And then the other one I'm going to go for Coutinho. Coutinho scored. Mane and Coutinho. I'm locking them.
You just said Klein.
Yeah, are you going
Yeah,
with
but I
Klein?
could go 4 goal scorers. Change my mind. No, I'm going to go.
Who are your 3
I'm going
goal
with 2.
scorers?
I'm only going with 2. I'm going Coutinho and Mane.
Incorrect.
Is it 3 goal
Can I
scorers?
say?
Have you
It's
just-
3 goals. I kind of revealed it by
Can I
accident.
just say, Mane didn't get a brace. Coutinho did. Coutinho
Coutinho,
scored the
yeah.
banging free kick at the end of the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
half.
yeah, yeah.
I went in at half time, absolutely annoyed. And then at the start of the second half, they turned it around, made it 2-1 through Adam Lallana.
Yes.
I couldn't have told you that or Chambers, so I'm fine with that.
So you've still got 2 questions
A
left.
lot of English goal scorers.
We're just gonna get through this right now.
Let's go.
January 2019.
Wait, are we saying this is the same time?
No.
This is me.
It's
Shut up.
It's
because
still
we need
his
to finish
round.
the question.
Okay.
It's still his round. January 2019. Arsenal hosted Cardiff City. What was the score?
2-1, I was there.
Correct. I didn't know you were there. To be fair,
With my
I
nan.
wouldn't have included it if
She
I knew
cheered
you
when
were there.
Cardiff scored.
And finally,
don't know.
Saturday, 26th of September 2015, Arsenal played Leicester away. What was the score in that game?
Sorry, say that again.
Saturday, 26th of September 2015, Arsenal played Leicester away. What was the score?
2015. Okay, so they haven't won the league yet. And we're away. We thrashed them. We did. We thrashed them. Sanchez was had a brilliant game. It's a difficult one, but I think we really thrashed them. I think it's 3-0 or 4-1. I'm going to go with 4-1.
Incorrect.
Don't tell me.
Can I nominate? Can I say?
It's not 3-0.
Can I say?
Go on, say.
5-2.
5-2.
Vardy got a
Yeah,
brace,
yeah.
Sanchez hat-trick,
Oh.
and Walcott and Giroud scored.
And you know what's interesting about this? After
winning.
2 rounds,
He's 3-2.
it's 2-2.
Is it 2? Oh, thank Christ.
It's
I thought that
2-2.
made it. I thought the question before made it 3-2. So I thought Cardiff City made it 3-2.
There's two more rounds. We're going to get through the next round. You're going to need
I
buzzers for the
genuinely
next
would
round.
have absolutely. He wouldn't have done as good on. He would have done better on Brighton. but I genuinely picked the right topic because I would have annihilated that.
So
I would have got
it's 2-2,
Bang.
2 rounds left.
Bang.
Bang,
ding,
bang
gotta
and
be
ding.
The final bang and ding.
The third round.
We can't really do that online, can
The
we?
third
Bang and
round is my round. But I've just done Man United.
ding. Man United.
5 Man United questions.
I think we're fairly mixed on this.
2-2 is the score right now.
We've done a Man United quiz already.
Well, I can't lie. I probably have included some questions that have already been done. So, question 1, 2-2 is the score.
Yeah.
Which 4 Man United players won the Ballon d'Or while playing for Man United? I need all 4. Maybe it wasn't called the Ballon d'Or when some of these players won it, but, you know.
I can't think of 4.
No, me neither.
I can think of 3 who've won it, but the other one of them definitely didn't win it at Man United. If they did, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to need to push you both for time here. Can someone go in?
I mean, things you need to guess, but I
can't
can't
name
think
4.
of. I can't think of enough names which are
can't
like.
name 4.
It would be disrespectful, and I'd name someone who definitely didn't win a Ballon d'Or.
See, I think I've got a name that he hasn't, if I'm honest.
I've got 3 names that have definitely won a Ballon d'Or, but I think only 2 won them at Man United.
Can we get an answer from one of you, please?
It must have been.
Or I will just scrap the question.
He didn't win one. He definitely didn't. Oh, okay. I've got that. He won it. He definitely won it.
I think you're going to just time.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just got to chuck 4 names at it.
Just chuck
Ding.
4 names.
Bobby Charlton, George Best, Cristiano Ronaldo, and there's another name who won it at your club. I can't bloody think of it. So I'm just going to say someone who I know is wrong anyway, but I know they won the Ballon d'Or anyway and plays for you, and that's Michael Owen.
That's not the 4. That is not the 4.
Yeah.
Ashley, do you want to have a go? Or do you want to concede and leave it at 2-2?
Is it
Going
obvious?
The 4 players are Cristiano Ronaldo, George Best, Bobby Charlton, and Dennis Law.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got Dennis Law. I wouldn't have got Dennis Law.
It remains 2-2.
I'm happy with that. Joe, I
question
said
2.
the most obvious ones you could possibly
Yeah.
conceive of.
Right, question 2. Manchester United's under 18s made it to the FA Youth Cup final in 2022, and Alejandro Garnacho played in that game, and he scored how many goals in the game, which ended 3-1. I'll give you that. The game ended 3-1. How many goals did Garnacho get?
To Man United.
To Man United, yeah.
Ding. 2.
Bang. 3.
2.
Correct. I thought it's too bait that he scored a hat-trick. It's way too bait. And also, if he scored a hat-trick in the final, I would have definitely heard it more times.
Yeah, probably.
If he just scores a brace, I haven't really heard a word of it.
Question
so,
3. We're going to keep
yeah.
racking through these. Question 3. Before the Munich air disaster,
Oh, gee.
who was the last English team that Manchester United played against? Last English team Man United played against before the Munich air
Jesus.
disaster.
I think I know who you're playing after it.
I think this
I know.
one,
I think I know who you're playing after. I think.
I think this one, you just have to go for it.
Ding. Southampton.
Bang.
Incorrect.
Arsenal.
Correct.
I thought Arsenal were the game after.
No, the game before.
Should we?
So what's the score now?
3-3.
2.
Question 4. Manchester United legend Ryan Giggs was eligible to play international football for Wales and which other country?
Ding. England.
Incorrect.
Why would it be England? It'd be so obvious.
Well, no, but like, sure.
In fact, I have a fun fact. Contrary to popular belief,
Well, I've
he was
got-
never actually eligible for England.
I'm going to
He lives in the
go.
country.
I'm going to go. I think it's another British team.
Burkina Faso.
No. Northern Ireland.
Incorrect.
Tanzania.
Sierra Leone.
Oh, I was on the right track actually. I was actually on the right track. I was knocking. There was a 50-50 I could have mentioned them.
But yeah, apparently he wasn't
Serious?
eligible to play for England
How? He
at
was
all.
raised in Manchester.
But there you go.
He doesn't even have a Welsh accent.
Final question on Man United. How many signings have Manchester United made post-Fergie?
Oh Christ! This is a lot of people. So this is 10 years. Oh my
How
word!
do you even work this out?
How many did you make in? Try and figure out how many they've probably
Are
done.
we doing the closest to?
No, I'll give you within 5. I'll tell
Right.
you that. I'll give you within
Bang,
5. I think
45.
Ding
45. 40. Both of you, none of you get a point.
Is it over 50? Is it
It's
50?
55.
Jesus!
Oh,
55.
close,
So
close.
you're signing like, you've signed like 5 point something players a year.
I was going with a 5 average.
That says you're struggling. I was saying
So-
4 a year.
Going into the third and final round, it is 3-3. And I can tell you that there is 5 things left. And we definitely will have a winner come the end of it.
I mean, that's if we get them, if everyone gets the questions. If we get them all right.
Round 4 is a naming round, head to head. Back and forth, first person to get one wrong or take longer than 5 seconds to answer loses the round.
Yeah.
There's 5, which means we will definitely have a winner by the end of this.
Yeah.
So, first topic, back and forth. You can decide who starts. We'll do sort of-
Whoever says one first.
Okay.
Yeah, Harris starts. Says one first.
Player names starting with the letter A. First or second names. Letter
Amrabat.
A.
Alejandro Garnacho.
Alexis Sanchez.
Andros Townsend.
Just going to let the time go. No? Arnautovic.
Ashley Young.
Charlie Adam.
Are you just waiting for the timer every time? Done.
Yeah, I think.
I just realised the hack. Armstrong. There's so many of them. Adam Armstrong.
Oh.
Does Adam Armstrong counts too, by any chance?
I had Ashley
No.
Barnes in my head. One.
Stuart Armstrong.
I had Ashley Barnes.
So that makes it 4-3 to Isaac.
I'm really surprised you didn't.
Second
No,
round.
I'll be honest, when I first got the challenge, I was like, oh, this can be easy. And I thought,
Second
crap.
round.
Yeah.
When you took Garnacho, I was like, what the hell?
Let him start.
Yeah, go.
Second round, 4-3. Player names starting with I. First and second name.
Isco.
What?
Isco.
Isaac.
Oh, God. Inzaghi.
I'll give it.
Iniesta.
Yes.
Ibrahimovic.
Don't know.
No.
Get in!
4-4.
Struggling,
man.
This is tense. This is tense.
I was really hoping you'd.
I think you can see where this is going.
Inzaghi was like a 0.2 seconds.
That was very, very close. I think you can see where this is going now. Player names starting with J. First and second names.
Dan James.
Jean Stones.
James Rodriguez.
Oh, crap.
Done.
Get in!
5-4.
Jesus!
Jorginho.
Oh, no, wait, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus works. Jorginho. 5-4. There's 2 left. 2 left. We're moving away
If I
from
get
player
this, I'll
names.
win.
If you
Just
get
establish
this, you win. Player names, no more. This one I'm gonna give you a little bit more time so I can actually find the things. There is a set amount as well. Current League One teams, not French League, English League One.
Well, you said
Bristol Rovers. Wait, current the season that's just gone?
Yes.
Bristol Rovers.
Ipswich.
Forest Green Rovers.
Plymouth.
I'm just gonna.
MK Dons.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Bolton.
Yep.
Portsmouth.
Plymouth Argyle.
Yep.
Wigan.
No.
Bolton.
He said one wrong.
Wigan's wrong, and Bolton. He's already said Bolton as well.
He hasn't said Bolton.
He did say Bolton.
I won't listen.
So that makes it 6-4. We'll have one more go.
I was in the room with you when you got a first in the module, by the way.
So
I remember when you I saw you after you passed the driving test.
So-
I want to see how you're like when your kid gets born.
That meant a lot to me.
So-
That meant a lot to me.
final one. Winners of the League Cup. Just start naming some.
Liverpool,
Man City.
Arsenal,
Yeah.
Man United.
Tottenham,
Swansea.
Chelsea.
Liverpool.
He's
I've
already
already
said
said
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I've already won the quiz.
Luton.
So that is 6-5. And Ashley has done it. 6-5 is the final score. Do you want to know?
Can I say?
No.
Turquoise.
Just be.
I just want to say
be-
turquoise.
just
That's
be-
what I want to say.
So,
just
do you guys want to hear the
humble.
bonus
Humble
question?
in
It's
defeat.
not going to mean anything. Do you want to hear the bonus question?
Yeah.
What's it about?
I was going to read out a list, and all you need to do is tell me specifically the category that they fall under. And yeah, you can tell me whenever you want. So, Hull City, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Man United, Watford, Chelsea, Man United. Any guesses on what the category is? I can read them out again.
Hull City.
Hull City, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Man United, Watford, Chelsea.
Champions League. Oh no, FA Cup finalist losers.
Yes.
I don't know why I said Champions League. I knew FA Cup
Runners
finalist
up
loser.
of the last 10 FA Cup
Can I say,
finals.
if you actually accepted my answer, I'd have won that. For the question at the start, because I'd have drawn.
Humbleness and defeat.
Well, I'm sorry, but when you know you've been scammed out of a win,
that's not that. I didn't ask you to describe the kit. That's all I've got to say. I asked for the colour of the kit.
It's the last episode.
I know, but like in my eyes, I thought it was like
the last
blue.
episode.
I would like to declare, just because I have won the final episode, and we did say that does mean that I'm the all-time winner.
I mean, you're not.
Isaac has.
Isaac has.
He's going to finish. Isaac has thrashed me every single week in the quiz, but when it truly mattered, under pressure, I won.
There you go.
I do want to say, I just want to ask you a question. Do you think Brighton is your best topic in football?
It's time to get emotional. Play the emotional music, people.
Someone needs to download emotional music for that to happen.
I've genuinely, I've loved the quizzes. First of all, let's think about how much we progress.
Surely once they don't, I think they stress us out more because there's something to play for. With you can just have fun at the end of the episode.
For a long time, they're my favourite part of the episode. No,
I'll be honest, they've never been my favourite. They've always like screwed around my head. I've been emotionally, mentally screwed by them.
But not just a quiz. This is it.
Yeah.
The last time we're going to be in the studio. The last time we're going to be in front of the cameras. The last time.
Heartbreakingly, possibly the last time we'll be in person recording an episode together.
Yeah.
You never know. Which we're trying not to be, but when you think back to, I mean, this all started with kind of an idea of, I messaged Jordan and he messaged Isaac, however that happened.
That is exactly how it happened.
That's what happened.
And don't take credit for me being here.
You
did not want me here.
If you go, because I'll edit this episode later, when I'll put over a flashback of maybe our first episode, but when you go back to like the camera quality, the mic quality, the fact that I was too shy to even speak.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I remember the first comment I got from my mum was, he's a bit quiet.
Yeah.
That was the first thing she said. And I was like, oh, Ashley, you need to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, you never said that to me.
No, I didn't.
We've come a long
It's
way.
taken me 2.5 years to say it.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
Compared to that, and we're in a brilliant studio now, but we're only in a brilliant studio now because we persevered for 2.5 years. We started in a uni bedroom with our own mics that we brought ourselves, and on filming on iPhones, and it wasn't.
I mean, we're still filming on iPhones, just better ones.
But also, we should. They might not see this, but just to put out there, we need to thank firstly the uni for having this sort of facility for us,
absolutely,
and the people that helped us mostly.
More importantly, every single. I mean, like, so this stuff. Like you're supposed to hire it one time, you're supposed to do a little film project. Yeah. We turned up at the start of the academic year and went, we want this every single week.
Yes.
On a Monday.
We just booked every Monday for eternity.
They were a bit shocked, didn't really expect it, and we've shown up every single week that we can, and that's nearly every week. But every single week, we should have learned how to set it all up ourselves, and we kind of have. But they need to hold on.
Today was the first time I turned the cameras on myself.
Yeah. Like they have helped us every single week. They've set this studio up for us.
Absolutely, they've been really kind to us, letting us do this.
If they do see this, thank you to all of them.
It's been a great.
Also,
time.
I do think we should say thank you as well to the viewers.
Yeah. Anyone watching this?
Without the viewers, there's
nothing.
There's
really.
nothing.
But I just want to say, I've had a great time. It's not over.
No.
It's not. This isn't the end.
No.
The channel's continuing, the podcast continuing, all that fun stuff.
This is most likely the end of the consistency.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end of an era, which is I've planned that title for about 3 weeks. That should be the title of the episode, hopefully. Unless if these guys argue with it later. But I think it's been a great time to see us all develop. At the start, we were all inexperienced idiots, just wanted to talk about football.
Yeah.
And I felt like we were being over-analytical because we were stressed. And now we're very confident about ourselves, the way we speak about football. And we've all got experience in journalism.
It's helped us a lot.
Yeah. We've all gone on things. He's doing work for BBC. You're You've done stuff with Crawley, I've done stuff with Crawley.
And we would never have gotten any of that without doing this.
No.
And you know, regardless of whether anyone's watched it or not, us three have turned up every single week this year and every single week last year when it's been far more difficult. Like, you know, it's never been easy to do this.
Yeah.
We spend all day Monday every single week, and if not the rest of the week as well, editing other videos and putting things together. And whilst, you know, the content might not always be perfect on the channel, we've done over, I think, 250 videos, granted included shorts as well, but that is a grind. You know, we've never been paid a penny for this. This is like if
one day.
Yeah, one day.
Monetisation. No more swearing, boys.
No.
You swore a lot in that quiz.
Yes, you did.
We haven't reached 1,000. We haven't reached 1K yet. Once we reach a K, I will lips gone, closed.
Exactly.
Tight. But
I think we need to end it, and I want to end it by saying one more thanks to both of you.
I'd like to say thank you to you too.
Thank you.
It's been a long, Joe. It's been a bloody long journey.
I just got chills.
I got chills as well. You know,
It's actually sad. Actually,
It is
quite sad.
actually quite. Joe, it's even sadder for me because this is genuinely, and for all of us, it is genuinely like our goodbyes.
Yes.
I will not see Ashley until our graduation. I won't see Jordan until our graduation, even though I live with him because I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So it's mental, really.
This is actually goodbye.
And this is also like when we edit all day. It's the only time that, you know, I see you boys in the week. So this is literally it. It was a consistent time that we spent with each other.
So
it's all gone.
That's the end of the episode. That is the end of season 4 of the Footballing Question. But let's end it on a positive. Let's not end it with this sad mood. Let's end it on a positive.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad now.
We'll be back. Don't you worry.
Be back.
Don't you worry.
Probably. Do we want to guess when we're back? Probably around the start of the season.
No.
I mean, we might have jobs. I'll admit I've already applied for like a couple football jobs.
Let's just leave it at we'll be back. Thank you very much for watching this whole season of the Footballing Question, and yeah, we will hopefully see you very, very soon.